What's up, guys? Logan here with Apparition Group, bringing you another video from out here in the beautiful woods. A few of you in the community had asked me to make a video on some standout experiences from Ukraine, maybe tell a story or two on like something that stood out to me, something that was scary, unique, funny, exciting. I'm gonna have tons of stories, and I figured I would tell you a couple today. There's a good bit of sunlight left, and it's warm out for once, so I'm just sitting out here enjoying it. So I figured I'd go ahead and make this video for you. So we're in Kharkiv. We're very far east, pretty close to Russia, a lot closer than what we thought at the time. Our interpreter let us know how close we actually were on this base. We're out in the field teaching the Ukrainians infantry tasks, fire maneuver, RTR, and then when we got into something more, we got into a more advanced style of infantry training. I'm sorry, there's an airplane flying over. Pretty low, and it is pretty windy out, so if that's affecting the audio quality, I apologize. Either way, we're in an open field, far eastern Ukraine, really close to the Russian border, teaching the Ukrainians how to clear trenches, fire and move, fire and maneuver, treat their casualties, how to break contact, do these basic infantry tasks that will ultimately save lives and make them a more deadly warfighter and turn them into force multipliers because they're able to teach their buddies now. But we're out in the field doing our thing, and me and Johnson are about probably 50 to 100 meters from each other because I'm controlling one unit and he's controlling another element. I meant to say element. We're controlling two different elements, two different squads, and all of a sudden you can hear the rotors of a helicopter break in the air. You guys know what a helicopter sounds like? It's a lot scarier in a war zone. And then the Ukrainians start speaking Ukrainian. They all start, bolting. They're running. They're running to the only trees on the edge of this tree line in this wide open field. And this Russian Ka-52 in the distance is just ripping through. We're in the open. We're in the wide open. And the helicopter's most likely just on a Reese flight. I don't know. Maybe they had rearmed. Maybe they're going to rearm. We don't know. But we all just hit the dirt. We sprint to these trees, and we're all just laying there. Still pretty well exposed in the open. There's a few trees, but you're not covered. So that's a short story, but that definitely stood out to me, and that's something I'll never forget. And our poor buddy Johnson's had a bad string of luck with these Ka-52s, let me tell you, as you guys know. Because as this thing flew over, this was not when Johnson got injured, by the way. Our poor buddy Johnson was way out in the field setting up in a simulated ambush for the drills we were running with the Ukrainians. So Johnson is way out there in the field, in the wide open, and that's where he was when the bird came over. He was out in the open field while Turp, me, and the rest of the guys, we'd all made it to the tree lines. So yeah, I was having a pucker moment, so I guarantee that Johnson was as well, more so than myself. That's one of the stories. The next one, we were all out at one of the guys' house from the unit, and he was making us a meal. This was a rest day for the unit. This was before their front rotations, so they're training through the week, and they would get Saturday or Sunday off. So this was Sunday, and they invited Johnson and I to their house, way out in the sticks in Ukraine. Well, way out in the sticks. And they made a shashlik and salo and borscht, and they were just making us all these different foods, and it was great. And we're all just sitting there having a good time. We're talking, discussing like training plans, what we're going to be doing, listening to a little bit of music. They're introducing us to the Ukrainian music. And we're sitting there, and a Russian fighter, cracks over the house, but then hits like a vertical climb. So it's a Russian fighter jet, starts making a climb, and then two Ukrainian fighters right behind it. And you could clearly see the blue and the yellow on the flags. And it was so loud because they were maybe 100 feet above the house, maybe a little bit more, maybe 150. I don't know the exact measurement. I'm just going based off my eyeballing. But that Russian fighter flew straight up as a vertical, up through the clouds with two Ukrainian fighters right behind it, and we're all just sitting there, in awe, eyes wide, jaws dropped. That's a big standout part to me about this war, is how crazy it is to watch a modern life, like a real life dogfight. Not necessarily a dogfight because we didn't get to watch anything get launched or hit the Russian bird, but just watching the pursuit of a pursuit at that high of speed is insane. And it was earth-shatteringly loud. It was like as loud as artillery. It was crazy. That was wild. That was probably the most standout experience to me out of all of it, because just a couple 100 feet away from 3 fighters while they're pursuing each other, and we were just out in the middle of nowhere at this house. I have a bunch of pictures of us that day enjoying the shashlik and having a good time with the Ukrainians. Ukrainian food is amazing. But I figured I just wanted to share a couple stories with you guys, give you a video to watch, give you a perspective to think about, and just to share that with you guys, because now that I have the YouTube set up, I'm able to come out here and do this, and I enjoy doing it. And here's some updates. We're getting Whiskey and Warriors set up. Johnson, I want to be the first guest. Stephen Ward, my designer, artist, he is in the process of making some awesome stickers for Whiskey and Warriors. He's done a ton for me, and he has never asked for anything. An attorney is a really good guy, and he is a major part of Apparition Group, because without him, we have 0 graphics. We don't have any of the art that represents us that you guys know when you see. It's like, oh, that's Apparition Group. So Stephen, a big thanks to you, man. And he also has been very helpful when it comes to making like video ideas and just like keeping me motivated while running Apparition Group and thinking of content, because it's a lot harder than what I thought it would be in the long run. And I really never knew what Apparition Group would turn into, but I'm loving where it's going. I'm super excited to get with Johnson to make Whiskey and Warriors episode 1, and I'm excited to see where that goes and the kind of guests we can bring on, guys. I really appreciate you coming out. If you don't care to, share this with your friends, like, subscribe, comment, just say hi. Feel free to ask any questions you want through the comments, Instagram, DMs, whatever. I really appreciate it, guys. I hope you guys have a good one.